The rounds in the kingdom of the divine will during Lent.
Sunday evening prayer. With love alone I want to burn. With love alone I want to be consumed. Only love I want to enjoy. Only love I want to content.
Jesus, my love, I kiss your most holy ears.
Round of Redemption 1 prayer. I now see you intent on listening to what the creatures want from you in order to console them. But instead, they send to your ears prayers badly said, full of diffidence, prayers done out of habit. And in this holy host, your hearing is molested more than in your very passion. I love you and glory
in all the divine fiat did in redemption.
I love you and glory
in all your works of redemption.
I love you and glory
in the height of Mary, the Immaculate Queen.
I love you and glory
in the nativity of the Queen of Heaven.
I love you and glory
in the great portent of the Blessed Mother's birth.
I love you and glory
in this divine prodigy.
I love you and glory
for all you have done in your celestial Mamma and in each act of creatures.
I love you and glory
for all you have done in your celestial Mamma and in each word of creatures.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
For all you have done in your celestial Mamma and in each thought of creatures.
I love you in glory.
For all you have done in your celestial Mamma and in each heartbeat of creatures.
I love you in glory.
For all you have done in your celestial Mamma and in each step of creatures.
I love you in glory.
In Mary, the Queen of Light.
I love you in glory.
In Mary, the Queen of Immensity.
I love you in glory.
In Mary, the Queen of Stars.
I love you in glory.
In Mary, the Queen of Empire.
I love you in glory.
In Mary, the Queen of Purity.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please, let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
In Mary, the Queen of Strength.
I love you and glory.
In Mary, the Queen of Justice.
I love you and glory.
In Mary, the Queen of Flowers.
I love you and glory.
Because your very will is the life of my...
I love you. I love you and glory.
And I want you to touch, see, and feel my continuous...
I love you and glory.
Everywhere and over all.
I love you and glory.
To requite you for your great love.
I love you and glory.
In the act of being conceived in the womb of the celestial Mamma.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
In the act of descending from heaven to be incarnated.
I love you in glory.
In the act of being conceived in the most pure womb of the Virgin Mary.
I love you in glory.
In the first drop of blood which was formed in your humanity.
I love you in glory.
In the first beat of your heart.
I love you in glory.
To mark all your heartbeats.
I love you in glory.
In your first breath.
I love you in glory.
In your first pains.
I love you in glory.
In the first tears you shed in the maternal womb.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please, let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
to return your prayers
I love you and glory.
in your reparations,
I love you and glory.
in your offerings,
I love you and glory.
in your birth,
I love you and glory.
in the act of your birth,
I love you and glory.
in each drop of the milk you suckled from your most holy Mama,
I love you and glory.
in the milk your celestial Mama gave you.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
In each drop of milk you took.
I love you in glory.
In the clothes with which your mama swaddled you.
I love you in glory.
Upon that hay on which your mama placed you in the manger.
I love you in glory.
As your most tender limbs felt the hardness of the hay.
I love you in glory.
More than the hardness of hay.
I love you in glory.
In the hardness of all hearts.
I love you in glory.
In the cold you suffered.
I love you in glory.
In the winter cold you suffered in the manger.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please, let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
In your shivering with cold.
I love you and glory.
In the cold that makes you tremble.
I love you and glory.
In the cold and numbness of your limbs.
I love you and glory.
In the light of your divine will.
I love you and glory.
In your tears.
I love you and glory.
In each tear.
I love you and glory.
In each of your tears.
I love you.
And pray you that your eternal fiat be known, and just as it reigns triumphantly in you, O Lord, it may come to reign triumphantly in the midst of creatures. Prayer. O my Jesus, I want to take all the harmonies of heaven and place them in your ears to repair you. And I want to place my ears in yours, not only to share these pains with you, but to offer you my continuous act of reparation and to console you.
Jesus, my life, I kiss your most holy face. I see it bleeding, bruised, and swollen.
Round of Redemption 2. Prayer. O Jesus, I want to place my face close to yours, not only to kiss you and to receive the insults which come to you from your creatures, but to share with you all your pains. I love you in glory.
In each and every tear.
I love you in glory.
And I dry your tears.
I love you in glory.
In all your tears.
I love you in glory.
In your sobbing.
I love you in glory.
In all your sobs.
I love you in glory.
In your wailing.
I love you in glory.
In your wailings.
I love you in glory.
In each wailing of yours.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
In each of your wailings.
I love you and glory.
In your crying.
I love you and glory.
In your crying for souls.
I love you and glory.
In all your whimpers.
I love you and glory.
In your baby moans.
I love you and glory.
As the celestial Mama holds you.
I love you and glory.
When the celestial Mama rocked you in your cradle.
I love you and glory.
In the celestial Mama's act of rocking you to sleep.
I love you.
Your kingdom come, oh please. Let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
upon the foot of the queen that was swinging the cradle.
I love you in glory.
In your sleeping as a baby.
I love you in glory.
When the celestial Mama was occupied with preparing your clothes.
I love you in glory.
Flows in the thread that was used for your little garment.
I love you in glory.
In the thread that was flowing between her fingers to form and weave your little garment.
I love you in glory.
When you were in Egypt.
I love you in glory.
In the act of taking your first steps.
I love you in glory.
In every step you took.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please, let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
In your prayers.
I love you and glory.
In your act of walking through the fields.
I love you and glory.
In your delight in looking at the flowers.
I love you and glory.
When you gathered flowers with your creative hands.
I love you and glory.
Over each and every flower.
I love you and glory.
On the flowers you pick.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
In the flowers you pick.
I love you in glory.
On that ground that your little knees were kneeling on.
I love you in glory.
To my Creator on your hands that stretched out to pick the flowers.
I love you in glory.
On your little arms.
I love you in glory.
In picking Louisa as the tiny little flower of your divine will.
I love you in glory.
In all your acts as a child.
I love you in glory.
In all your innocent acts.
I love you in glory.
In all the tears and sufferings of your childhood.
I love you in glory.
In your tiredness as a child from crying for souls.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please, let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
In your sleep.
I love you and glory.
In the sleep you take.
I love you and glory.
In your prayerful vigil at night.
I love you and glory.
In your isolation by mankind.
I love you and glory.
In all the relations and communications and love you had with your Immaculate Mama.
I love you and glory.
In the love you had with your Immaculate Mama.
I love you and glory.
In her dearest kisses.
I love you and glory.
In the great ocean of our Sovereign Queen's love.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
In your sighs.
I love you in glory.
When you work.
I love you in glory.
In your works.
I love you in glory.
When you walk.
I love you in glory.
Under your steps.
I love you in glory.
In your steps.
I love you in glory.
Under the celestial Mama steps.
I love you.
And pray you that your eternal fiat be known, and just as it reigns triumphantly in the love of Mary, it may come to reign triumphantly in the midst of creatures. Prayer. Jesus, with my hands I intend to caress you, wipe off the spit, and press you tightly to my heart and of my being, to make many tiny little pieces, placing them before you, like many souls who adore you, and to turn my movements into continuous prostrations, to repair for the dishonors you receive from all creatures.
My Jesus, I kiss your most holy lips. O Jesus, if it were possible, I would want to be in the mouth of each creature, to turn into praises all the offenses you receive from them.
Round of Redemption 3 prayer. Jesus, my weary good, I kiss your most holy head. I see it tired, exhausted, and all occupied in your crafting of love. I love you and glory
in the steps you take.
I love you and glory
in the steps you took.
I love you and glory
in your pains.
I love you and glory
in each pain.
I love you and glory
in your most intimate pains.
I love you and glory
in your wounds.
I love you and glory
in your prayers.
I love you and glory
in each drop of your blood.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please, let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
For each one of your acts.
I love you in glory.
In each word you said.
I love you in glory.
In the food you take.
I love you in glory.
In the food you took.
I love you in glory.
In the water you drink.
I love you in glory.
In the water you drank.
I love you in glory.
To my Creator when you look.
I love you in glory.
To my Creator when you hear.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
In your words.
I love you and glory.
When you speak.
I love you and glory.
In the words you speak.
I love you and glory.
When you breathe.
I love you and glory.
In the air you breathe.
I love you and glory.
In your hands.
I love you and glory.
In the celestial Mama's breath.
I love you and glory.
Between the breath of the celestial Mama and Jesus.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please, let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
In every kiss.
I love you in glory.
In everything you do.
I love you in glory.
In all the acts that pass between the celestial Mama and Jesus.
I love you in glory.
In your chaste embraces.
I love you in glory.
In your enthusiasm.
I love you in glory.
In the fire of your love.
I love you in glory.
In the rivers of love that pass between you and your Mama.
I love you in glory.
In the rivers of love that pass between you and Saint Joseph.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please, let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
In the prayers you make.
I love you and glory.
In the work you did with your hands.
I love you and glory.
In the wood you hammer.
I love you and glory.
In all the acts you did during your hidden life.
I love you and glory.
In each one of your interior acts.
I love you and glory.
In your life on earth.
I love you and glory.
As you were all alone in the desert.
I love you and glory.
As you were all alone in the nights of your public life.
I love you.
Your kingdom come, oh please. Let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you in glory.
In all your praying.
I love you in glory.
In all your crying for our salvation.
I love you in glory.
And am with you in your loneliness.
I love you in glory.
And am with you in all your prayers.
I love you in glory.
And am with you in all your tears.
I love you in glory.
In your heartbeat.
I love you in glory.
In your heartbeats.
I love you in glory.
In your ardent heartbeat.
I love you.
Your kingdom come. Oh, please let it be known, loved, and possessed by the human generations. I love you and glory.
In your acts.
I love you and glory.
In all you have done.
I love you and glory.
In all that you have suffered.
I love you and glory.
In your breath.
I love you and glory.
On your tongue.
I love you and glory.
In your voice.
I love you.
And pray you that your eternal fiat be known, and just as it reigns triumphantly in you, O Lord, it may come to reign triumphantly in the midst of creatures. Prayer. How much compassion I feel for you, O Jesus. Your love is cornered, and in order to relieve you from the offenses you receive from these souls, I ask you to chain my heart with those chains broken by them, in order to give you my return of love in their place.
My Jesus, my divine archer, I kiss your breast.
Reading, Volume 15, 3/27, 1923. However, in order to anticipate souls with these gifts in the Eucharist, it takes a little emptying of themselves, the hate of sin, and desire to receive me. Then these gifts do not descend into rot, into mud. Therefore, without my gifts, souls do not have the true dispositions to receive me. And in descending into them, I do not find the space to communicate my life. I am as though dead for them, and they are dead for me. I burn, and they do not feel my flames. I am light, and they remain more blinded. Alas, how many sorrows in my sacramental life! Many, feeling nothing good in receiving me because of the lack of dispositions, these souls reach the point of nauseating me. And if they continue to receive me, it is to form my continuous Calvary and their eternal damnation. If it is not love that pushes them to receive me, it is one more affront that they give me, one more sin which they add to their souls. Therefore, pray and repair for the many abuses and sacrileges that are committed in receiving me in the Holy Sacrament.
Responsory. O Jesus, here is my breast, ready to receive not only your arrows destined to me, but also those which the other souls reject. So, you shall no longer remain defeated in your love game.
Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
Jesus, in this way I shall also repair for the coldness, the lukewarmness, and the ingratitude, which you receive from the souls who reject your arrows of love.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Final prayer. O Jesus, I kiss your left hand, and I intend to repair for all the illicit or blameworthy touches done in your presence, and I pray you always to hold me tightly to your sacred heart.
Fiat.